Hello, and welcome to another episode, another entry, as it were, in my little Gradius series here. Today for you, I've got Gradius III for the SNES. It's a port of an arcade game, as I explained in my previous video. A game that was infamously plagued with slowdown due to the amount of crap that they packed onto that arcade board, simply for the sheer pleasure of watching all those kids in the 80s just watch the money just drain from their pockets. All those quarters whisked away to Konami. The Gradius III is just infamous for being horrendously difficult, even for an arcade title. And the SNES port tones down the difficulty quite a bit, but it is still plenty challenging. It's my preferred way to play this game. If we press start here, jump right in, show you the loadout page here. Check this out. Now, much like Gradius II, we can select from a bunch of preset loadouts here. However, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be selecting from this special edit mode loadout here, because there's one loadout that I specifically like to use, and it's the regular missile. Double shot doesn't matter because double shot is useless and nobody cares. But for twin laser, F option, which is formation options, and then reduce. That is going to help us very much with dodging, and you can still take a couple of hits with it. Not as many as a regular shield, but it still helps. And here we are. Now, this is not your bog standard SNES Gradius III either. This is in fact the SA1 patched version of Gradius III for the SNES, meaning that there will be no slowdown. This makes the game considerably harder, but it also makes the game a lot more fun. The only reason I actually picked up this game to begin with is because I found out that there was a version that didn't have any slowdown. Getting into the first level here, this song here is called Sandstorm. That's right, before there was Darude in 2008, there was this song. And what did Darude come out in 2008? I forget. I have very strong memories of listening to Darude Sandstorm on our shitty Windows XP computer back in the day, because my brother was like obsessed with it or something like that. That's interesting. In this version of Gradius II, the twin laser has a piercing effect to it. In the arcade version of Gradius III, it does not, and the twin laser is a riveting! This loadout is kind of overpowered, as you will see coming up here. Got our first boss here, actually, and this boss you can literally just hold still, and it will just die on its own. Check it out. Don't even need to do anything. And dead. Onwards to level 2. I remember when I first played this game, I made the mistake of choosing that, default Gradius 1 loadout, of, the 4 regular options, the normal laser, that kind of thing, and it was a mistake. I went up and looked up like a long play after it, after I finished it. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was so difficult. I'm gonna see like how the pros do it. Sure enough, they picked out this loadout actually, or something similar to it, and my goodness, they were correct in doing that, because this loadout is a godsend. Because that's the thing, because the way that your options are set up, you don't have to go near any sort of floors or ceilings at any point, which makes it really good for the fortress stage at the end, because that means you no longer have to get up to the ceiling to shoot the turrets on the ceiling. Very, very helpful. And there's the reduce. You can still, I think you can take like 3 hits with this shield, so it's a much less of a shield than it is an aid to your dodging. Once again, this is absolutely a godsend. Oh, there's an option hunter back there.
Here I come.
Ah, crap, he got one. Oh well. I'm usually okay at dodging those, but not this time. It's hard to talk and play at the same time. I've got all this muscle memory built up, and I'm just floundering a little bit because I have to talk. This game requires an immense amount of concentration. There we go. Okay, second boss fight coming up here. And this is another one where you can sort of hold still for. Yeah, you can just sort of hang back here, and your lasers will just destroy all the bubbles, and he's just knocked around. Poor fellow. You're probably wondering, if you're new to Gradius, what that little extra exclamation point power does on the menu bar down there, and allow me to show you. It's actually, so you know those blue capsules I kept picking up that, you know, acted as a screen nuke? This is basically just like a screen nuke in a can, so I can just do this, all the enemies are dead. That wasn't really a good place to activate it, but oh well. This part right here kind of reminds where you're like digging through the sand. For some reason it gives me a lot of memories of like Super Mario Bros. 2, and there's like levels where you're in like those pyramids, and you're digging down like in sand, and it's just like the most tedious thing in the universe because you have to dig each individual piece of sand one at a time. And you know, I grew up with the GBA version of Mario 2, where all the characters had like voice lines and everything, so like each time I had to deal with Luigi saying every time you had to dig up a piece of sand.
Want a break from the... If you tap now to watch a short... You'll receive 30 minutes of... Yes, really. If you tap now to watch a short... You'll receive 30 minutes of...
Hey, it's everyone's favorite stage. Ah yes, the plant stage. I always imagine like the jungle theme from Super Metroid playing this section. I don't know, they just, I don't know what it is, but I always connect these two stages in my mind. Probably because they're both, you know, plant-based and on the SNES. Let's never really explain what those enemy ships are. Do they have like pilots or something? Or are they just kind of like autonomous? Are they biomechanical? I know that's the explanation in R-Type, where like all of the enemies are like these weird biomechanical amalgamations. I'm not sure if that's the same thing here. I'm assuming so, because Bacterian has like a bunch of biomechanical shit going on with him. All of his followers, like Gopher and things like that, they just kind of build an entire fortress around themselves. Oh look, it's Petey Piranha. This boss is just kind of a pain, because he's got that, you know, vacuum attack that makes it just really hard to dodge stuff. And then he just gets in front of his projectiles like that, which makes them very hard to see and dodge and anticipate, but we got him, so it doesn't matter. Oh no, I know this enemy formation. That means that the high-speed stage is next. I never look forward to the high-speed stage. I always forget the route, because it's not like, you know, Gradius 2 NES, where there's only like one route for you to go. Here you actually have to pay attention because there's like dead ends and shit everywhere. Like that. Oh god! And then the, you know, frantic music playing does not help my nerves either. What? Okay, something hit me. Oh god. Back up, thank you. Okay. Okay, we're in the clear. And it's boss time, and this is another boss where you can literally just sit still and he just dies on his own. Check it out. The lasers just go completely around you. What an idiot. Then we got the Subrush, which means it's time for the boss fight once again.
One pair of pants later.
Got him. Alright, we're heading into the penultimate stage here. Bacterian's Fortress. I don't think I actually explained it properly before, but yeah, Bacterian, he is the main antagonist of the Gradius series. He's kind of like the mastermind behind everything. Yeah, the previous two games, they were just kind of fighting his minions. But yeah, he's the real deal this time, which means he must be quite the challenging final boss fight, I imagine. After all, he is the final boss of a Gradius game. And as you can see, we don't need any sort of stupid little double shot to keep us alive this time, because we have the power of the formed options. Literally the best loadout ever conceived by man. Look at that! Look at that threading of the needle. You would never be able to do that. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. Should be in a museum. And coming up on another gunball boss here. Except a fun little twist, instead of one core, he's got 3. It must mean he's got 3 times the destructive power, surely. All of his defenses are gone. I could literally just sit here and time him out and it wouldn't matter, but I'm not going to do that, because that's not entertaining to watch. I gotta destroy the core. Destroy I shall. There we go. I really enjoy this song. Getting all hyped up for the final area. And these little goblins. These things are always fun. Because you gotta, once they die, they just kind of sit there. You have to kill them again in order to actually get through. And this part's fun, because we decided, so we had a giant crab mini boss in Gradius 2. How do we improve on that? Well, simple, really. Not only do you make this crab mini-boss killable, make it a bit more interesting, make it a bit more nerve-wracking, but how about this? What if we did this? What if we had there be 2 crab mini-bosses? I'm sure that's exactly what the board meeting at Konami was like, the brainstorming thing. See, I can read the thoughts of Konami employees very well. Right now they're thinking, oh god, please, I should have found another job. This company is the worst. I'm stuck here drawing a Castlevania NFT. What has my life come to? Man, Konami used to be good. Case in point, Gradius, Castlevania, and Metal Gear, all those fun franchises we've come to know and love. And now hate as we see them destroyed by Castlevania NFTs. But we can't mourn over those now, because it's the final stage, it's Bacterian's Lair. Yeah, remember these things from Gradius 1? Yeah, they're back, except they're actually kind of intimidating, because they shoot shots at you like at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they just keep growing arms. It's terrifying. It's like something out of R-Type. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. Whenever I like something, or whenever something's like slightly body horror-ish, I'm just gonna say, oh, it's R-Type, because that's like the only frame of reference I have, because I love R-Type. I love R-Type. R-Type my favorite. Don't worry, I will play Super R-Type on here and just rave about how awesome it is, because once again, that game also has an SA1 patch, and it is fucking amazing. Like, holy shit, that game is so good when there's no slowdown. With slowdown, it's okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's okay. Without slowdown, it just brings it to a whole new level, though. Alright. Final hallway here. Huge, massive tissue. Look at this. This is clearly meant to intimidate. After all, Bacterian is the orchestrator behind it all. There he is. Oh god. What's he gonna say?
Biden, wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. 9/11.
So he's actually indestructible. So I'm just gonna sit here and time him out. he can try his best. He's really trying. He might do it. Maybe? Nope. Gradius. Gradius final bosses are very highly amusing. There you go. Another satisfying explosion in the books. Our ship looking a little worse for wear. So, that was Gradius III for the SNES. Now, the logical step next would be doing Gradius IV, but I actually haven't finished Gradius IV yet on my own. Jesus, that game is hard, but it's also a lot of fun. I suppose that could be the descriptor for a lot of shoot 'em ups out there. But yeah, I won't be playing Gradius IV for a little bit. Instead, it will be sidetracking a little bit over to the Game Boy duology of games. Those games are a lot of fun, and they've got some excellent music. They're a little bit hard to look at, but not as hard to look at as the MSX games, so don't you need to worry. So next time, I'll be doing a little double feature, because those two games are so short. I'll be doing a double feature of Nemesis and Nemesis 2 Return of the Hero for the Nintendo Game Boy. Until next time, I'm Earth Newman, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.